You know, lately, and it's not just me, the dates, right, of what circulars have all been wrong. Right, and finally, last time I logged in, right, to Margaret, 30th the 3rd of December and the 12th of December 20, right. We'll find some other ones, right. Supposed, right, that's the 12th of the 12th. Box space again. Oh, now that's changed. It's gone as a liar. Right, but yes, I've logged in since. Like a night and a half. Right. Yes, because the other one's different. Oh, so it goes off. Brilliant. I'll do it again. Yes, I know exactly when it was. Precisely. Right. You know what? It's head roll because I was supposed to remember all these things. No, really. Right, let's go there. Foods. Oh, these are such things. Right. Heavens, that was yesterday. Yep. Because I left me blooming thingy at Heavens. I know. See how many other things is. Yep. Tatty Boggle book. Yes. Well, that was ages ago. How to find out, yeah. But I wouldn't know what fucking date would come up for that. Right. So, right, this one. You know, we're in 21 now. That's not true. Okay. Yeah, the 12th of December. Radio. Let's try some more. See if there's any date references. Like the last time. I am open to more results. It's not just mine, as I feel. More kind of like what goes on with what dates. Right? Yeah. It's not cold, like. And the day, right? Oh, in fact, I'm not going in there for the talk about, but right. I saw actually. I never go off. Try Chrome. Chrome and the Google, right? What one on the Chrome? Right, so then we'll type in. Right, might be different. Let's put the. I still go through Google, that's what I mean. Look, 12 for the 12th radio, like last night and the day before I. Yeah. So I don't know. It's not just mine. And you know, 2 years ago and a year ago, it was like beyond. Right, try this one. 12, that'll come up 12, 12. What's the 12 of the 12? No. How about the 31st? No, using the same. So, unless it's a month or something. 28th. It's getting nearer. Right, the 28th, which would have been. Let's write this out. Thursday, Wednesday, Monday. Last year, right? You know, right. Wednesday open. Oh, 12, 12. Think, what the fuck, man? Who are you? You know, yesterday in the time manners, we don't have brilliant fucking memories. No. Right, I'll stop this then. Today's date's the 6th of January. I just got back from town saying I was there for. And I was wondering, what's it called? What used to be Marks and Spencer's. I got pieces of metal thing for the bag of paintings, and what else I come out with? I'm thinking now. I don't. Oh, what am I like? What the fuck did I get? I'll take these glasses up. some microwave things, the egg things, and they were only 10 pence for the other things because they were on something else for 33p. Oh, for God's sake. You know I'm begging. Yeah, that was a sandpaper. Two mats of sandpaper, aye. Because the sandpaper itself, you get a thick, your thick plastic bags. I mean, your thick ones, right? And you literally put an oblong, right? And you stick it down on your thick plastic bag. So when it snows, what you do is you put the plastic bag and you've stuck it on already, on right round your feet, and then you've got a bit of grip. You know what I mean? Oh, effing fucking remember that. Get a grip. It's like years ago. Sad town centre. Like this Mr. walked into Hayes or whatever it's called, not Hayes, Hose Hayes, and he didn't have his mask on, right? And no, he wasn't he wasn't nasty or nothing. He said this. He says, "You just don't believe this COVID rubbish," and yeah. Now instinctively, there was well, one of the staff is, you could just pick it up and interpret it. And anyways, but this is yes we do, and then no, that was it. But yeah, this is how I felt it. No, the Mister just ended up leaving, and so what? Now this is what I interpreted. Yeah, one of the staff is connected to some person, and yeah, a connection in his past. But of that, yeah, winter, and at any time, complicated pneumonia, because yes, they were leaned on to write it up as fucking COVID fucking 19. Now these are things I was aware, right at the beginning of the year. Yeah, I watched with her art, and it simply wasn't going to be a problem for the Olympics, and I'm plain and simple, a lot of pressure put on to write it up as that, which is, yeah, but to be in amongst the lot and I can get my head around, a lot of angles. I felt so sad when I left there. No, but I did, because that's shocking effing earlier this year. But anyways, before I was getting my items, and I says, we haven't had a letter from the council since it was the back end of March, to do this COVID thing. That's all I said. Aye. Well, word of mouth, but I'm not dictated to by terrestrial television. Like I said in other tape recordings things, yes, they huffed and puffed and they all copied each other as a kind of business front. Well, they did, and all fell down. Right, and shock and awe, right, which I was way off. Blooming, yeah, but 15 years ago I submit that terminology, and it does strike hard, and how I could empathise with that terminology was, terrestrial. I remember Dumpling and things as such in 96, and certain other things, which, yeah, it just washes through all. Anyway, it started pissing down, but cheerful female was singing underneath, but I went the other blooming way. I didn't want her to see my face, right, because it flooded off my feet, and so I went that way. But when I say, well, if I get asked, but I'm straight. So just, yeah, I was leaving there, earlier this year I was crying in the blooming queue, and we all keep, yeah, exactly, because 1950 social mind cleaning things, and they still haven't told the truth about all that, and I'm right underneath it with yes, just say no to as a number. Right, I'm not going to go into that, but shocking all, yes. The worst was up at Sunderland, and they had all of the freezers. It was a happened o'clock. I don't have a terrestrial myself. I was like, for fuck's sake. Those images strike hard. It strikes fear in everybody. And, well, me, I'll say what I like. Couldn't give a fuck if I'm loved or de-liked, right? But don't let now turn to hate. But when I was there at the shop, right, it was, yeah, because when the meal left, one of the other assistants said, the other one, "Are you all right?" And she was like, just like breathing. So, because of that reaction, in my interpretation, now I could be wrong, don't get us wrong, kind of person connected to, and that's what they've been told. And well, no, I don't have a terrestrial television, no. It was the back end of effing fucking March, right, the 30th or the 31st, no date on it, no year, from the local, whatever they want to call themselves, a council of many, Rivita partition, and services tendered out, business, as far as I could interpret, and it was all gobbledygook. No, what it was all about was how to get incentives and business and this and other, lots of song under through it, right, you know, outbreak 2003, secondary acute respiratory syndrome, SARS outbreak. A syndrome, know this, is not a specific, it's a collective of things, right? And, well, you know, that's what got me thinking about pneumonia. Normally the P's not pronounced. And that's not really a specific. I know, because it can lead to complications and starts fucking up everything like a domino effect. Aye. And any inoculation, no way, no how will I be having any. I won't even have the flu jab. There's too little information from things that I do know, right? Plus, because of what the mental surfaces, right? Mentalis of the mentis, which is mind, all fraudulent. Because of the damage done there, right? Over years of took by force, crimes against a person, so on. No. Of the influenza inoculation, no way. And reasons to not, because there's too little information. They store them in biohazards, right? These strains, but you've got, is it a vintage American one? Is it a vintage this, that, and other? Like bottles of wine and things as such. Then they take, yes, like the concentrate, you know, to be understood, to the pharmaceutical company. And then they produce the inoculation, which is a dose of the flu. But you don't know which one you're getting and where from. You know, there's so many variables. There could be a shortness of a certain type of food, which all affects the immune system. Yeah, so, and as a reminder, the Schweiner flu fiasco. Remember Tamiflu? Well, a lot forgot Tamiflu, but not me. I was living at 29 Street. I was fortuitous that I didn't get, you know, strike me down with a version of man flu, which is commonly known. And you'll be laid up for a few weeks. Now, this was 2009. Yes, my memory's clear, right? And the switchboards were jammed. Now, this will not be global flat. The Northeast, yes. Tamiflu. Some drug, pharmaceuticals, spin it out. They couldn't get enough of them selling like hotcakes. I remember Brian, Vicky and co. They got the generalised man flu, but there was all of the, yes, exactly, as words go about. And then you've got the, I've always said for over 20 years, communistic dictatorship via the media, the terrestrial television. Right, just as a reminder, that was 2009, the Tamiflu malarkey. Like, shout out, take tablets, what? Now, chlorine tablets, listen well. Swim baths, persons with Hep C, the clap, gonorrhea, either knownly or not knownly, measles, either knownly or not knownly, the mumps and things as such, and you can expand from there, right? Yes, I urinate as well, and so did many others. It's all gone in my mouth everywhere and up into the crevices and cracks, right? In amongst the pubes and right of the anus. Yes, the water flushes all the way through it. Did you ever contractile? No. And I guarantee the worst you would have ever experienced is a 24-hour head cold. And why would that be? Going out with wet hair. Notice how they all went quiet? Not me. But you know, it's like I've been algorithm off into beyond obscurity. Yeah, but I was seeing a word of mouth to other persons. Well, I'm severely allergic to antibiotics. Now, antibiotics is against biotics. And ticks is a little insect. Now, antibiotics is a pharmaceutical product. Now, as mold be mold. Yes, it's synthesized and it's modified. All of those words. I'm severely allergic. The first ever tablet that I got on a prescription in 2001. Yes, after I'd returned from working over in Spain and things. And then I did, I think I was on that 12-month development course, the Princess Trust in 2001. Yeah, I think it was then. And I'd sat on something right at the crack of me crevice of me butt cheeks. Yeah, so there was a bit of a lump. So that's why you go to a general practitioner. And I got given a prescription for fluoxetine, 4 times a day, 500 bliblers, right? And, well, we hear it, antibiotics this, antibiotics that. And I opened one that stunk. But anyway, I was severely allergic, right? And that's that. And I'm severely allergic to antibiotics. Now, natural mold, that's natural mold. Do your own finding out and source. But anyways, chlorine tablets is, yes, because it's on my side. You can buy them. They're $2.99, something like that. And they used to be in the army ration. They used to, but they changed them to Oasis with trichlosine. And on the back of those packets, it's got the orange triangle hazmat thing. And harmful to wildlife. You think I was going to ingest one of them 2016? No way, no how. So they got wrapped up in so many packets, then disposed of. So other species, when they're starving Marvin, I'm not going to endanger or risk those. But anyways, life systems, about $2.99 or something. Yes, you get one, and we're talking like the tap water. You get a litre of your water, you put one in, and a bit like another, yeah, but it's a lot smaller. And you just wait for a while for that to go through its thing, and you get that in your system. It kills pathogens, germicides, viruses. Right. When I was struck down 2 years ago, it was horrific. But yeah, 2, funny enough, one day, litre winners, and the other day. It's on my side. Because like anything, like, the resistant antibiotics, right? I don't like tablets. I never did. The first ever prescription was 2001. Was when Central Surgery used to be at the Chichester. I was like Captain Nemo-S for a few days. It was a severe allergic reaction. Yes, thankfully I went in the shower and it burst, and it stunk like the tablets on. Anyway, I thought I was shaking the bad out at first, was it fuck? But, I was too weak to continue. I slept fine. It ticked the squares of purrs, which was mega years, about 15 years after. I'm doing some reading. It's like, that's what it was like, which was a severe allergic reaction. So don't come near me in any way, shape, form with any type of antibiotics. They're a pharmaceutical mashup, right? I've got an interest in mold, which I'd like to expand. I've got my video scope, which I can expand the lenses. And I'm doing some finding out about certain in between because of this horrific, for 4 years, and it just hurts every day. No closure, 18 seasons, just whatever's. And I'm waiting for post and things. Anyways, I'm hungry, I'm going to have that. Yeah. And anyway, so I'm really sad, because, well, this was the word of mouth, not through, but what authority. And you want to really apply thought to that. But I'll let you know, the most authoritarian figure on the planet is the real nothing number, non number, now number, zero number, foundation number. Just say no to O as a number. Yeah, that crash of all hanging off ought too. And right, anyways, I'm going to stop this because I'm weak. I was up early and it took it out of us. Yeah, I just felt sad. I'm heavy flow and I could feel it dripping out. I thought, I've just put these jeans on, and I was late. But funny, me, Karen, and Deborah were all late. No, by about just under a week. And what's up with that? I don't know. When I all around the same time, like the Easter itches of witch week, like a spoonerism. Very sad. So I'm getting under my quilt, right? I'm just going to take it easy. Yeah, it took it out of us, and no from all sides. And even right at proper hospitals, because the mental services are not. That's why they've got no coin. And those which went to uni, yes, you would have got in your core stimuli modules, a little bit about the 60s and just before. Whoa, ho, ho, ho. All my findings are through. I'm not going to go completely into that. There's no organic mind as part of organic brain matter. There's private prosecution cases pending, which for your education or for your enlightenment, Does not equal ka-ching? No, it does not. And you don't have to be a barrister, solicitor, bar accountant, things as such, or even have a degree. Just for your enlightenment as well. Yeah, because Team 12, right, it's been on hold, but I've still been doing what I could. It just got called that, and it was before Revelation to do with when I was age fucking 12. Which is I was a fucking incomprehensive for fuck's sake. And the amount of paperwork, and yes, using different devices like Betamaxi ones. Because, yes, I was getting trepidation, no, and reason too as well. You wouldn't want to know half these things. I didn't have to post things out. Aye. Just like 13 years ago when I inquired about a safety deposit box, it was for pieces of fucking paper which don't have no value to nobody. You know, no diamond rings and everything. Yeah. I'm going to stop this. And I'm going to have my dinner. I'm going to take it easy, right? If I can. You know, it's long day and night, like if you know of the film Groundhog Day. In fucking seasons. It's like, what? No. That was the first time in 4 years I put the phone down. That was the one. And I re-listened to it and it's just horrific. And 3 emails on separate occasions by separate personnel working it. Well, that's what they got on the fucking screen. Alright, podcast week. Yeah, but there's... Anyways. Yeah, because, you know, the capacity of my lungs, which is measurable. That's awful. So what if my mouth moves? So what if I talk? Not even raw, alchemic. Conclusion 13 years ago. It's fucking card and all. I know it was like, I'm glad it's Wednesday, not Monday. You know, nothing, well, there's plenty of things which are really wrong. I know, but, yeah, like, no, do a fuck. And I've got the science behind us as well. And I knew, right, already February how that was going to roll out. Right, yeah, like getting a Q-tip, right? Yes. Well, of antibodies, now to split it down against body. But that was it fuck fair. In February, I was right today, a universal indicating paper. Watch this roll out like that. And it fucking did. You know, even when I was standing in the queue, you know, I was chewing cherry matters. Well, I had a mouthful of fucking coffee and wine off the night before, and this, that, and other. Expanse on that, right? It's neither here nor there, and I will not be condescending or belittled, right? By, yeah, those of academic pay as you go and paying still, because a lot of them want rid of ill teachings. It's neither here nor there, right? I found out about how to get a credited qualification back in the late 90s. Yeah, the root and things. Aye. Well, anyway, you know what I mean? No, last year I'm just going to rest. Well, there is that. Yes, funny enough, it was Leon, and he was going on about the inoculation. I'm like, well, no way, no how. No. They got rolled out in Hong Comprehensive, funny enough, and with informed consent from age 12, you know, but grown-ups to sign it, but too. And one was stipulated at age 13, which was a single needle. The age 12 one was like a ring of roses with about 8 needles or 9. Yeah. Well, the second one was the BCG, things like Tucubal. But, you know, of those things, no one given any information, you know, in the dark. But, no, there's lots of anti-vaxxers. Because I think, yes, you can die of them, right? They're few and far between. But, yeah, getting information, right? That's very important. Like I said, the influenza jab or the flu jab. Yeah, what vintage? What location? Because they're stored in blooming biohazard. Things that I'm aware of, right? I felt it for years. You know, the laboratory and then off to the laboratory. And many, yes, to create something stronger, then to counteract it, right? Yes, to destroy it, and so on and so on. But they were, yes, yeah, they were doing what they were doing, but not being told the full details. So, no, it's the scrupulous share investors and things. I'm going back to the 30s, 40s, 50s. Yeah, if you don't ask questions, you don't get to find out. But anyways, yes, some things are very heavy in. But, especially 60%. And we'll follow the P's, not based on opinion poll statistics. The pharmaceutical industry global flat, yes, we'll follow the P's where these numbers come from, not no scientists reveal and figures of blah, blah, blah. 60%, and they've all been, what's the word for it, scattered, and they don't reach they're kind of like stuck at the bottom of the charts, right? Yes. Real scrutiny at kind of real independent, right, of all the drogons, which is Dutch word. Yes, the medication drugs, right? Yes, they started 2007, the NTW, which co-company goes, NTW, treatment. And we were like, well, treatment, that's kind of like, I guess I've still got that documentation from all them years ago. But anyways, of those, right, 60% of the global pharmaceutical companies, which is factories in industrial state like the BD and so on, there's loads, right? There's effing loads. And some are called streets now. You know, the street dragons falling off the factory line, which comes from raw material being the plant source and things. Yes, and it goes through all of those processes. Now, 60% of the mentalis fuckers, which is another word for mental, which is related mind external. And let's backwards again. There's no organic mind as part of organic brain matter. And of those, all making ill, all doing harm and damage in so many ways. Yes, there is independent. And yes, if this hadn't come up, that was the government. Well, they're in all different languages. Yes, they are. And independent scrutineers, not, yes, someone look at the endorsed companies at the back of that fucking pamphlet, and most of them charitable organisations. They should know those are like designer drugs and quite well a certain age group. Things that will come to thought as things like the MDMA. No, the designer drugs are, yes, the psychotropic neuroleptics, others have heard them described as antipsychotics, antidepressants against being skinned. Yeah, they're antidepressants. Tryptic antidepressants, selective serotonin re-up indicators. What the fuck are those exactly? Because a lot think antidepressants are uppers, which used to kind of get called PEP, right? Yes, PEP tablets, hence Pepsi. Like caffeine, coffee. Now that needs sorting out. Yes, you can die for the coffee, caffeinones, things as such. Now you know when I was in my early 20s, I didn't have an interest whatsoever in pharmacology, botany. Yes, I did get an allotment in 2003. Yeah, I wanted chili peppers, and yes, and how to harness the heat and other things. Aye. Alcoholic beverage, no, but nicotine, yes, and if could afford it, the odd bit of marijuana. Well, no, I haven't smoked it for over 10 years, but if that's on my plate with gravy, oh, I'll be eating it. Completely different effects altogether. No, completely different. Aye, no, not what I was seeking. No informed consent. I stopped counting after 100 times, the gangs of 5. No lawful assembly, just attacked, left in corridors. And there's many others. Yes, they all got rid, and it's okay for me to, you wouldn't know the half, you wouldn't know the percentage. And poof, right? But if you ask, you gotta ask. Aye. And all words and sentences are of my govern. Yes, and they are subject to, well, you know, the freedom of creative writing. Memorandum, November 1991, and a re-evaluation of things. Me, myself, I, she. Yeah, that was relatively new legal fiction. Some Mr. a Scottish accent, and it was the first time I heard that. Now, rewind, age 13. You know, I'm kind of like, the way I interpret things, it was a re-evaluation of other things from age 9. How are here transitional, temporary in this form. And yeah, these type of things. Yeah, legal, well, I'm not really, yeah, we can use choice words. Anyway, creative. Yes, of the word Lego. Lots of things. And 1,000 years, is it? Of the Law Society. Well, if you remember, come again. 1 year. And the Corona cigar, 8 year. 45 years, I haven't been passing that on. It's on collision course. I've been, yes. I've just got to with all the rest. I am going to stop this. And I'm going to have my dinner. I'm hungry.